Hello everyone, my name is Will Robertson, Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. And you know, you cannot help but be excited about what's happening here today. I know that on behalf of the Academic Affairs Office at Marshall Space Flight Center, it's a great thrill for me to be here to represent them. And you know, I can see a lot of hard work has gone into the endeavor here. And I really appreciate the due diligence of Ms. Armstrong's efforts to get this off the ground, because it's actually people like this, like Sandy, and the support that she has at Troy University.
He will be available at 11:30. I don't know how many people.
So I have 30 minutes?
Well, we have to plant the tree. Okay. We want to plant the tree, but he will be available at 11:30. The hookup's already.
Okay, no problem. As Liz Taylor said to each of her husbands, this won't take long. I was just thinking yesterday as I was driving down here about the world that we live in, that the students of today, actually those young adults that are 25 years and under, they do not live in a world that we grew up in. And I've just jotted down a few things that their world today is different than the one that we grew up in. If you're 25 years of age or 30 years of age, you never have known a space program when the space shuttle never flew. The first time the space shuttle flew was 30 years ago almost. In April of 2011, we will celebrate the 30th anniversary of the space shuttle Columbia's first launch. They've never known a world without remote controls. I mean, we were the remote controls 30 years ago. They've never known a world without mobile phones. Of course, pay at the pump. They've never known a world without pay at the pump, or they've never heard the expression, "Can I look under the hood?" It's so alien to them. Debit cards, shop online, video games. I heard that someone was mentioning that they watched their son do the Wii thing. But we've come a long ways in such a short amount of time. And so the way students learn today is different than the way that we learned 30, 40 years ago. So this is why programs like this are so beneficial, because it really engages the students, as you know, and the teachers. And we're in dire straits. We're trying to get the young adults to pursue careers in engineering and science. And even if they do not pursue these careers, at least they become better informed Americans as what this technology is all about and how it will impact their future. And another thing that I want to add is that partnerships like what we will establish here are so important, because a lot of people do not realize the role that Alabama plays in aerospace. I mean, a lot of us know in-state what we do, but out-of-state they don't really know the contribution that Alabama has made. And Sandy, you mentioned the Wright brothers. That's true. A lot of people don't realize that they were at Montgomery, years ago. They just think that they were in North Carolina or Ohio. Great states, by the way. A lot of people don't realize that we were able to beat the Russians by about 3 years in the mid-50s. We had the capability of going into space in the mid-50s with a rocket that was engineered, developed. When the time came when we were ready to compete, we competed quite nicely. And of course, Sputnik went first, but we were able to put more than just a radio beacon on our satellite. Sputnik had the beep, 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 so all the world would know that the Russians were up in space. But when it came time for us to get ready for our satellite that was launched on a rocket that was developed, also wanted to do with the satellite was to not only put a radio beacon, beep, 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 but we could also wanted to have the capability of putting a Geiger counter on the Explorer 1. And that Geiger counter was able to detect a vast radiation belt around the planet. And so Alabama has a long tradition of aerospace contribution to the nation. So, again, it's partnerships like this that we will go forward, and hopefully we will inspire these students to pursue careers in engineering and science. With that, thank you for showing up. I was very impressed with the turnout today, and look forward to working closely with Troy University and Sandy and making a go of this great endeavor. Thank you.